So Fox News said, let's turn the game off to a more competitive contest. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I've identified a few things after watching this debacle that we all just witnessed. I identified a few things. First of all, before we can even get to the problem at hand, let's get to the coaches. Let's get to the coaching situation. First of all, I have never, in all my life of watching football, being an Eagles fan, seen a head coach outcoach himself. I don't understand what Doug Pederson was doing. Doug Pederson had opportunities in his game to throw a challenge flag. He had opportunities in his game to take points. He had opportunities in his game. I mean, the play calling wasn't bad. Just the things that are left solely up to the coach, like throwing challenge flags and that type of stuff. He didn't do. He didn't do a good job of that stuff at all. I don't understand what his situation is or what his problem is. You had some blatant, like when Nelson Aguilar was shoved to the ground on a deep ball where Carson Wentz had him open. You could have threw a challenge flag on that. Instead, not throwing a challenge flag, you decide to miss the third down and then go for it on fourth down. In that situation, in that spot right there. Only down, I think, 14-3 or something like that. 10-3 or something like that. I don't understand what that was about. Then, moving forward, I think Kirk Cousins is running on the sideline, throw a ball to Thielen. Thielen catches the ball, the tip of the ball hits the ground. You let them hike the ball. You could have challenged a play like that as well. Not taking the points at halftime. I know it didn't bite us in the end, but not taking the points at halftime proved more critical than a lot of people would like to believe. You know what I mean? At one point, the game is 24-27. You could make the game 24-28. I'm sorry. You could make the game 27-28. Or something like that, or no, I'm sorry, 23-24. Had we would have took the points because we came right out and scored. Carson Wentz played a beautiful game, especially having to use Miles Sanders as a wide receiver. Carson Wentz played a beautiful game. At times, I feel like Zach Ertz is missing. At times, I feel like dudes can't get separation. Basically, Carson Wentz is working with Miles Sanders and Alshon Jeffrey out there, who had 10 targets. Jim Schwartz in the secondary. I don't know if it's a time for defensive. Listen. There's three people that I identify that just don't give a damn. There's three people blatantly that I believe that just don't give a damn right now. I think Jim Schwartz don't give a damn. I think Sidney Jones don't give a damn. And at times, I think Rasul Douglas doesn't give a damn. And Rasul Douglas showed us some of them times where he didn't give a damn at all. I don't know what Jim Schwartz's issue is or what Jim Schwartz's problem is with keeping the safety over the top. But when you know you have cornerbacks that are hindered, you know you got a guy just coming back off an injury. Why is he one-on-one with Adam Thielen? Why? If you know Rasul Douglas is challenged in the speed department, why is he one-on-one with Stephon Diggs twice, getting burnt? Almost got burnt the third time. Why is it so much man-on-man being played with the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't understand it. You know that the cornerback is a huge problem for us. It's not a guess anymore. The Jets tried to air us out last week too. Make no mistake about it. They just didn't have the personnel to give if the Jets were able to hold our defensive front a little longer, they would have been able to expose us too. They just couldn't get the guy any daylight to throw the ball. This is now becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem. The secondary is now changing the tide of the season. And you just can't blame the secondary. We look like trash. I don't think we tackle well. I don't think we tackle well at times. I don't want to hear anything about no refs. I don't care how many calls the refs missed. You know what I'm saying? We were down in the beginning of that game because we have a very weak secondary. The secondary is trash. Point blank period. No matter how you can't mask it. I don't care who you bring out there. Nothing is going to be able to help that secondary. What has to change is the scheme. The scheme has to change. Maybe your defensive coordinator has to change. I'm thinking it's about time. I'm thinking it's about time to see a change. You know what I'm saying? I think it's about time that we see a change with the defensive coach. I'm not saying fire Jim Schwartz. Maybe it's some things he got to tweak. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to let go of guys that have had success in the postseason before. But when shit like this is happening and when you're seeing it like this unravel, we look bad in the secondary, man. I mean, Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball blindfolded. And what I mean by blindfolded is that he's throwing it in the area where the wide receivers are supposed to go because he knows the play. He don't even care if they open. Same thing he did to us last year. It doesn't matter if they're open or not. I'm just going to throw it up over there because I know this secondary is that weak. And that's what he was doing. Just throwing the ball up. Stephon Diggs had like 4 or 5 yard separation on Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas is peeking in the backfield like he got some help, like he got closeout speed to get back. I don't understand that technique at all. What are you peeking in the back for at the play like you got closeout speed to get back? I don't get it. And then what they do, this is what I didn't want them to do while we were getting like blown out or whatever. I didn't want them to put Zach Brown's comments on the screen. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want it to happen because I don't even know what he was talking about. Didn't want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? I think they got 100 yards on the ground. Fox cut the game off. You know what I mean? It's just, we got, listen, man, we got manhandled. We got manhandled. But it ain't over. I'm going to tell you why it's not over. Now, don't expect the Jets to do us any favors. I'll be very surprised if the Jets do us any favors at 4 o'clock during these games. But assuming the Dallas Cowboys win, which is a strong possibility because it is the Jets. Assuming the Dallas Cowboys win this game, the Dallas Cowboys will now go up to 4-2. We are 3-3. We have the opportunity to play the Dallas Cowboys, win the head-up matchup, make them 4-3 along with us, and officially lead the division. Officially be able to lead the division. So it is what it is. Final score just popped up. Minnesota put up 38 on us, almost a 40 burger. You got, if you're a defensive coordinator, you got, listen, we didn't throw an interception. They didn't get any defensive touchdowns. The offense exposed us. I think they scored like 5 straight possessions or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That game is over. We fall to 3-3. We rest up. We look forward to making the Dallas Cowboys 4-3 and us moving to 4-3 and us leading the division. The division is right there for us still. But the secondary has to be addressed because Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper are chomping at the bit to play us, man. I'm telling you, man. Michael Gallup and those guys, we cannot defend a receiving core that's half as good as them with the way we're playing. I'm talking about just straight fly routes. If you got speed and you could beat us on a double move, you are going to manhandle us. You got to do what other teams are doing, Jim Schwartz, and that's put a 2-high safety system out there. Play man. If you're going to play man, fine. But play man with Roddy McLeod up top and Malcolm Jenkins up top. Play football. This ain't in the backyard. This ain't 1, 2, 3 hole where everybody playing man with no safety help. May the best man win. No, these are professional athletes, and I cannot understand for the life of me why Jim Schwartz, with that smug attitude and just being so stubborn, decides to keep playing defense like this. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? But we got manhandled. We got punished. It is what it is, man. On to Dallas. Because if we can beat Dallas, then we're going to be first place in the division no matter what happens as long as we win next week. If Dallas lose today, great. But as long as we beat Dallas, if Dallas wins, we will be first place in the division. So let's let that happen, man.